So I'm gonna start with number 21, Noah Connolly, our return guy. Had a rocky start to the season. Just from like the very first one of the kickoff returns, we might have muffed it, but we figured it out on the field in practice and became a very dangerous asset on our team. My favorite moment was the Centennial game when that kickoff return, that ball came down. He was on the 15-yard line. You went to the left, ran into like 2 or 3 guys on the other side, spent off of them, ran to the other side of the field, and scored a touchdown that was unfortunately called back. But I feel like that was probably the most hypest moment that I have in memory that I will ever have of you. I definitely appreciate your hard work and effort that you just dedicated to this program, and I'm just excited to see what your future holds. So thank you for everything that you have given to this team. Next up, I have Chase Cragen, number 2. This guy is energetic, fiery, just a joy to be around, has just that contagious energy that, if he's hyped, you want to be hyped too. We had a phone call, or I guess some bad news one weekend where we found out that there was an accident on El Dorado, and you were involved in that, and it was a pretty serious accident as well. And we were kind of unsure, the severity of things, but that following Monday at 6 o'clock in the morning, who do we see walk into the field house? Chase Cragen with his dark shades on. And he wasn't, fully himself, but he was there, he was present. And to me, that spoke volumes. I think my favorite quote from Martin Luther King is, the true test of a man's character is how they face adversity. And during that time, Chase was embodying many of the team values, the ones such as brotherhood and loyalty. I think that, at his lowest moment, he was there for his brothers. He was on the sidelines, rooting, cheering, even through a concussion and not at his best state. He was there for his brothers. He was loyal to his brothers. And I think, if anything, that's something that I would want in my friends. So just truly amazing young man. I'm also excited for your future and everything it holds. Thank you. Thank you for everything that you have given to this team.
Nagurns. Cole Nagurney and I have a special relationship. He's a special person to me. We have a very honest relationship. I tell him when his routes stink and how to fix it. And he tells me the latest fashion trends and to never use the phrase, "That was low-key fire, bro." Well, Cohen took my critiques in stride and he never complained, not once. And I've never used that phrase since, so appreciate it, dude. Cohen had a great spring last year and he really burst onto the scene. He earned my trust and the trust of his teammates. He played a key role for us in the first half of the season and even got a personnel package named after him. But even when his playing time got reduced, his demeanor stayed consistent, his work ethic stayed the same, and he was always a great teammate. I'm going to miss Cohen's easygoing personality and his unwavering confidence. I also miss all the aura checks. Cohen, I love you, brother, and thank you for everything. Stay in touch, man. Ride or die. Ryder's a great football player. He holds the Wakeland record for receiving yards in a season, receiving touchdowns in a season, and receiving touchdowns in a career. The stats speak for themselves. Ryder's a winner. He's now played 4 sports throughout his career, which just goes to show how much he loves to compete, no matter what it is. Ryder's legacy isn't just what he put out on the record boards, but it's his example that he provided the younger Wolverines and how to work, how to practice, how to study the game, and how to leave everything out on the field. Ryder will continue his playing career at the University of Toledo. We're going to miss his infectious smile, his positive energy, and his uplifting presence. And I'll also miss the continuously talking to other coaches about how to get number 8 the ball. Ryder, thank you for everything, man. You put your mark on Wakeland High School, and I'm excited to see what the future has for you. Love you, brother.
All right, Jathan Vaughn, number 16, stud. I was very, very fortunate, very blessed to be able to coach this young man this year. It's my second year at Wakeland High School. And I'll tell you what, man, just the professional approach he brought to the QB room, to the practice field, and obviously being prepared and ready to go in, in crucial situations in the game when we needed to. Really appreciate his dedication, his sacrifice, and just the way that he kept things positive in the QB room. One of the memories that I'll never forget about Jathan, 2 things. One is how he studied out on JV as a junior, man, just throwing touchdowns all over the field, being an incredible leader to his teammates, and really being a positive influence. And then secondly, just a few weeks back, we're at critical point versus Highland Park, and man, he comes in and really cold off the sideline, and really has an opportunity to get in there and see what happens. And man, he throws a great pass to a receiver. Unfortunately, we had a little defensive pass interference, and actually Jathan got hit late as well. But just the toughness, the tenacity that kid had, to come in at that point really says a lot about him, and and the support that he's had from his home. Jathan, man, we love you, brother. We appreciate you, and know that you've put a lot of hard work, sacrifice, and dedication in this program, and you truly are the epitome of a Wolverine football player.
If you told me a few years ago that Charlie, aka Chuck Johnson, was going to not only be a starter, but rarely come off the field, I don't know if I would have believed that. His athletic ability was always apparent, but he used to be more interested in making people laugh than making plays. And admittedly, he was pretty good at both of those. Chuck grew up a lot along the way. In fact, he was a big part of the JV offense last year. That's when we knew we might have something. Chuck is extremely intelligent. Don't let his propensity to be a goofball fool you. He's really smart. Always had great hands. Got really tall. He's fast enough. The question was, could he block? Well, he figured it out. He took the coaching. He worked on it a lot. And he figured out how to be successful blocking, which is a big part of our offense against much larger humans. It was certainly an effective part of a big part of our whatever success we had in the run game. You pair that with, again, he's got great hands, and pair that with some big, huge, timely catches in crucial games when we were trying to make the playoffs. Catches against Heritage and our comeback against Frisco come to mind. Big catches in the playoff game against Newman Smith. Chuck was very effective. Put those two things together, and then Chuck had an outstanding season. Chuck, you can leave here confident in knowing that one of the most effective and most consequential tight ends to ever come through here. We're going to miss you, Chuck.
Jack Minsky, man, what a clutch kicker, we've had the last 2 years. Some of the things I can say to him is just his confidence. The way he walked around practice, the way he walked around games. The game was never too big for him. And man, just some of the things I remember that I'm never going to forget is, of course, the Lone Star game this year. Offense drives it down and 44-yard field goal, and never had a doubt when he went in there that he was going to, make the kick to send us in overtime and just, help us win one of the greatest games that I've ever been a part of, as a coach. Not only with the big time field goals that he had for us throughout his career, but also, the onside kicks that, weren't practiced as much as maybe they should have been, but every time that we called it and we needed it, he came through and with just a perfect kick. And so, man, just a clutch kicker. Didn't get on the field a lot of times, with special teams, but man, when we needed him, he came through for us, and just an outstanding kid, and can't wait to see what the future holds. Ahmad Nassif, what a great kid, man. Had him on defense at safety. Just things I can say about him was just his willingness to be there every day at practice, give his best, effort. Had him on a kickoff team. Just gonna miss him. Gonna miss his smile every day, his jokes. Whether it be at film or in the stretch line or in the group at safeties, and just an outstanding teammate. And can't wait to see what the future holds for it.
One thing I'm gonna miss about Aiden Poole is his work ethic and the energy and enthusiasm he brought every day. Just a little story about him. What I always think of. From where he started to where he ended up at the end of the year, was last year whenever he didn't have the starting position, and he never complained. He always worked hard, showed up to practice, and did whatever we asked him to do. And as soon as practice was over, at the end of the day, grabbed my things and I'm heading home, walking out of the weight room. There's one guy I always saw in the weight room that was staying after hours and putting in the work, and it was him. So I'm super excited, and I was excited to have him as a starting running back this year, seeing the work that he put in from last year, because he deserved it after everything he did, everything he went through. So I couldn't be more excited to say thank you, and more grateful to have had Aiden Poole as a running back. Whatever the future holds for him, wherever he ends up, I know he's going to do big things, and I hope he knows that he can reach out. He'll always have a family here at Wakeland. So, AP, man, thank you for everything you did, and if you ever need anything, I'm always there for you. Will Poe, thank you for everything, man. A little bit about Will Poe. He was a guy that never complained about anything. I'm going to miss having him as part of the running back group. I loved having him, loved coaching him. He was a good kid, and he always worked hard. Never complained about what his role was or where he needed to be. If you needed anything from him, he was going to do it. Okay, he brought a lot of fun to the running back group, and just really enjoyed having you as a running back and coaching you and getting to know you. I look forward to whatever you do in the future. So if you ever need anything, always reach out. But thank you, and appreciate you, man.
You know, Baylor's a 3-year starter this year. He's the kind of kid that's going to be really hard to replace. He's probably one of our most versatile linemen that we've had. He started as a guard his sophomore year. He was a tackle his junior year. And this year we moved into the middle just because of the senior leadership and played center for us. And he had district honors going up to this year. Had another great year. One thing about Baylor that I think is really going to be hard to replace is just his mentality towards the game. He's very even keel. He doesn't get too excited. He doesn't get too down when things aren't going well. And I think that was really important this year, especially with the new quarterback. That just kind of helped reduce the amount of panic that might happen on the field. So whenever you have guys like that, then I think small things like that may go unnoticed, they do go really far. One thing that Baylor, I know he always had, was the respect of his players. Probably one of my favorite moments was his junior year. Whenever we were warming up to pregame, he was coming back from an injury. He wasn't sure whether he could play or not. And so he just kind of went through the warm-ups just to see how it felt. And whenever we got to our team set, the look on Brennan Meyer and Cooper Snyder's face and just the excitement that Baylor was going to be lining up in front of them all game, that just kind of told you the story, how much respect all the players had for him and just how excited that they were going to be whenever they took the field that night. So, Baylor, best of luck in everything you do. Love you. Gonna miss you, bud. Cooper Eggle, he was a really, really important guy for us this year up front. Cooper's one of those guys. I feel like every year you have a few of these that they played their junior year on JV, and then you really have to look to them to fill a really important role on varsity that next year. Cooper was most definitely one of those guys that we had for us this year. Whenever he took the field, many times he was going to be outsized. I think most time he might have said he was 200. I bet he was probably about 190. But he just found a way. He was definitely a technician with his technique, how he figured out how he could move bodies, how he could give the quarterback time, or how he could open up holes for the running back. And he did an amazing job this year, especially considering that he actually changed positions from his junior year because he had played center his whole year. And then I asked him to play guard this year. And he just took that and he ran with it. Probably one of the big moments this year is he came up to me, and he wasn't playing as much as he wanted to. So he came up to me, he talked to me about it, started getting some more reps in practice. And he just competed for that job. And even after he started playing more, he kept competing just to make sure that he didn't lose it. And so he did a really good job up front for us this year. I know he had a lot of the respect of his players. In fact, many times I kind of considered him to be Baylor's binky. Baylor was really comfortable with him playing next to him. And anytime you can essentially get two centers out there on the field, just the IQ that those kids have right next to each other, that's really irreplaceable. And I know Cooper he's gonna use that kind of work ethic. He's gonna use that kind of IQ to go out and do great things in the world. So Cooper, we're gonna miss you and best of luck, man. Austin Lester, I would say he's definitely one of those kind of program guys you just want to have around. He's very consistent. He shows up. But one of the really big things that Austin provided for us this year is that whenever you kind of get in just to the monotony of the season, and it can get a little bit grueling, but whenever you have a guy like Austin around who he kind of jokes around a little bit quietly, he keeps the mood really light. Because the hours that these kids put in, I mean, and they're long. The early morning showing up, the Saturdays, the late night, Friday nights. And so whenever you have kids like Austin who they're just excited to be here, they want to be part of something, and they find ways to contribute, that's really important, because if you have a bunch of guys around that just don't really want to be there, that makes the season even longer. But Austin is just the opposite of that. I feel like he loved being around. We loved seeing him come in, and he just helped with that throughout the season. Unfortunately, after the Lone Star loss, Austin suffered a little bit of an injury, celebrating that big win. But I do think it's a testament to the kind of character that he has, that right whenever he was able to get back out on the practice field whenever we started in the early mornings, he was out there with his knee brace. He was out there with his brothers, because that's where he wanted to be. And I think for him, just not showing up was never really an option. Whenever he could drive and walk up to the turf, he was up there, and he was keeping that morale through warm up and through individual and through team and after practice. And that's just the kind of guy that Austin is. So I know Austin's going to go out. He's going to contribute to this world in great ways. And Austin, we're going to miss you around here, man. Malcolm was a 2-year starter for us. He had a great career here. I mean, his junior year, he was at right tackle whenever we had Baylor over at left. And I know going into that season, I wasn't 100% sure how that was going to pan out, because his jersey hung on him kind of like it hung on the hanger when we hang him up after the games. It was just really, really loose. He didn't have a lot of weight to him. But his junior year, he really went out and improved himself, improved the kind of player that he could be for us. This year, we were able to slide him over to left tackle, and he just really shined there. I mean, he was able to, he worked his butt off in the offseason and throughout the summer. He was able to finally add a little bit of weight onto his frame, and that helped a lot. But I know whenever he came in as a freshman, again, we weren't really for sure where he was going to be. He was a stick, but he really is a testament to, if you put in the work, then it's going to work out if you actually want to put in the work. And he definitely did. He committed himself to the program. He committed himself to the weight room, to his teammates. And I think it really shined this year, because he got a lot of recognition from the players. The players had respect for him. And I know a lot of the opponents that we had a lot of respect for him. Malcolm, I wish you the best of luck in everything you do. We're going to miss you, bud. Love you. Landon Harris, if I had to kind of give him a nickname, it'd probably be Mr. Consistency. I mean, he was a guy that, again, he showed up day in, day out. He put in the work. You never had to question his work ethic, because he was going to do it. And I know same with a few guys, just not showing up that's just not an option. That's not how they're built. That's not how they're made. And that's the way Landon was. One thing that's going to be hard to replace with him, and whenever you look at practices, he just knew multiple positions. He's a very smart kid. And so I think one practice, I know at least I had the thought, he got reps at guard, tackle, and center, even though he had never really snapped, but I knew that he knew what to do. And so whenever you have guys like that knows what to do at multiple positions, it really helps. Whether I want to see him at a certain spot, or maybe I want to see another kid at a certain spot. Well, Landon was kind of that jack of all trades, and I could shift him around so that maybe I could possibly see other bodies at other positions. And so Landon was he was invaluable to us. just what he was able to contribute, his consistency, his showing up. And I know in this day and age that's going to go a long way, because nowadays a lot of young men, they're just, if they don't feel like showing up, they're just not going to show up. And it's really nice whenever you have guys like Landon who they're going to be there every day. So Landon, best of luck in everything you do. We're going to miss you.
Lincoln, what's up, man? I just want to say it was a pleasure to be a part of this journey with you, man. I'm more than grateful to you and your parents for entrusting me as your coach for these last 2 years of your football career. I appreciate the work, man. I appreciate all the work that you did for me, man. I honestly think after the Brewer game last year, that was a turning point where you decided that you were going to make your mind up and do whatever you needed to do to become the player you are today. That the all-district corner that you are, man, it came with a lot of work and it came with a lot of discipline, and I appreciate you for that. I wish you nothing but the best in your future and all your future endeavors. Just know the day-to-day may change for us, but I'm still your coach, man, so anything you need, my line's always there. Just hit me. I'm always free, man. Be cool, 19. Cade, my boy. I just want to say it was a pleasure, man. Thank you to you and your parents for allowing me to coach you these last 2 years. I appreciate you and admire you more than you know, man. Your willingness and selflessness to show up every day, be the team first player you are, the loyalty and commitment to the team, man, it goes unmatched. Speaks volumes of the person that you are. I'm very grateful for the relationship that we've created and built over these last 2 years. If you ever need anything, don't hesitate to call me. I wish you nothing but great things in your future. Be easy, 1-7.
Adam King, man, the bull in the middle. And we talked about it so many times. We wish we would have had you for the previous 2 years because you are strong and fast, and you were a force in the middle, man. I know it took a little bit to get the plays down and everything like that, but I mean, the way you came in and worked this year and gelled with the guys up front and took every opportunity that was laid in front of you was truly special. And I'm so happy that I got the opportunity to coach you this year.
Absolutely. I'll back that up. And I'll tell you what, I remember, I really didn't know you. And after the first couple of practices, I asked Coach Mack, who's that guy with the curly hair? Who is this guy? And you really improved since day one. And like Coach said, I mean, I wish we would have had you a couple more years. That'd be great. And but you worked hard. I know that first couple of weeks, first month really was kind of tough. You'd always come up to me and say, Coach, I don't remember these plays. I don't know what I should do. I said, hey, just tackle a man with the football. And that's what you did. And you really improved towards the end, and to the point where I'm telling Coach Mack, hey, don't be afraid to use him because, hey, he's there. And I appreciate the work that you did this year and how you developed. Thank you.
All right, Garrett Sexton, 99, anchor in the middle, man. It has been a pleasure to coach you. You take everything serious when it comes to football, and you have outperformed, I think, even what we thought you were going to end up doing. Your value to the team this year it's indescribable. You did an amazing job, and I'm incredibly proud of you. All right, Sawyer Trapp, man. I love Sawyer Trapp. Mm-hmm. That is just a good dude. Sawyer was always here, always in film, always asking questions, always paying attention, always knew what to do. I mean, every day in practice, you're asking me, how can I do better at this? What can I do in this situation? Just the way that you engage with the game and with your teammates and with us as coaches, that is something that I really appreciated from you throughout the year. I know I really only got you for 1 year, but that 1 year was really great, and I appreciate everything you brought to our team this year.
And I was fortunate last year to have you last year, and the same thing. You wanted to get better. You were there. You were supporting your teammates. You played hard every day, and that's all I could ask for. And we look forward to your future as well.
All right, Christian Guevara, Mr. Consistency across the line for us this year. Last year, I think it was grapevine game. Mm-hmm. We had Tristan Simmons out there, and we really didn't have the backup line set. And we put Christian out when he was number 58, not 98. And it was like 58, 58, 58, 58, like 6 plays in a row. And I remember Coach was like, who's that one? I was like, that's Christian Guevara. And you have been a part of the defense, like a major part of the defense ever since. You are the calming factor out there for the front three. You know everything. So with all the plays, where to go, what to do, that's you. And replacing you is going to be a challenge for us because of how well you did for us the last 2 years. I couldn't appreciate your work any more than I do.
Absolutely. Like I said, I've got the privilege to coach you all the way through middle school and to see you grow up and mature and to see how respectful you are and and to see how you're responsible as far as working and doing and mixing in football as well. You've got like I told you before, you got a future ahead of you. Thank you.
All right, Luka Chuso, Mr. Coach on the field, most engaged player that we have. There's not a single drill, practice, game that Luke is not 100% focused on. I know during the games, like we're calling all the plays from the sideline, and if a kid missed it, you're paying attention enough to get the play and then relay that back into the kids to make sure that they get it. Like how you came in from not playing for a couple of years, come back your senior year, and immediately take to everything was really incredible. And I know the whole defensive line appreciates you, your work, your effort, and your attention to detail.
I can't agree any more than that. And the thing I looked at the most was when we had a little injury this year, but you were there every day. You were supporting your teammates, and that's all a coach asks for. And so again, thank you for a great year. Well, this one's out for Kevin Nunez, and again, like I said, it was a great year for you. It was great to be around you. You're a good young man. You've worked hard, and you did everything that was required, everything that we asked, as Coach Mack asked, and to see you put forth the effort every day at practice was a joy for us. And I thank you again for doing that for us.
Kevin, you might be the reason that Garrett's a defensive player. I remember last year when you were on scout team, just whooping his tail over there, play after play after play. And I think we got one of the best nose yards we've ever gotten because of your effort in practice. So to see you grow over the past couple of years, going from sophomore, junior to senior year, your work in the weight room is incredible. I mean, you bring people along with you. You have people dedicated in your group. You push them to be better because of your work and the way that you handle your business. That is something that's irreplaceable, and we really appreciate you. Thank you.
This is for Alex Manzur, and this will also be for his brother Pat Manzur. What a joy it's been to coach you the last couple of years. It was really kind of an honor last year to have you, coaching you and getting to see you grow and seeing the development you had from last year to this year. A lot of things I remember about you guys. One thing about it is you're very polite. You're respectable. Couldn't ask for any more than that. And I know both of y'all I used to kid around with you all the time. Y'all share the same brain, but anytime somebody did good, the other person would do good. If somebody messed up, the other person would mess up. So it was kind of unique, fun time during your junior season. But really enjoyed working with you guys. Alex is really developing to really a quick end. I've coached a lot of ends in the past, and you're very quick, and you've had a really good season. And Patricio, Pat, like I said, last year we needed a defense, a nose guard. You volunteered to step, and you said, "Coach, I can do it," and you did. And so I'm really proud of that. And the one thing I will remember the most was our defensive line. Our first line was called Mexico. Okay, so thank you for your work. Appreciate both your brothers, both of you guys, and look forward to your future.
Hey, Matthew Broach. Matthew, you're a high energy type of player. Your dedication, your hard work, the way that you played on the field, man, that inspired others to do their best. You could always count on you to make a big play, dude. So I really appreciate you. And I just feel like your future is bright. You don't have anything to worry about, man. Thank you. Austin Stutz, man. Austin, your versatility, your selflessness on the field, the way that you filled multiple defensive roles, whether it be outside linebacker, whether it be defensive line, whether it be inside linebacker, man, that's the ultimate test and the ultimate selfless thing for the team, dude. Just the way that you conducted your business, how hard you worked, all the things that you've done to put yourself in position to play for us, man, I truly appreciate it. The way that you gave us a spark on special teams, dude, the impact that you've done and the things that you've done for the program will truly be missed. And I sure do appreciate you, Austin. Thank you. All right, Justin Snyder, man. Justin, your commitment, man, your readiness, your willingness to help the team in any role and capacity that we ever ask you, whether it be being a statistician on Friday nights, whether it's to be a role player on special teams, whether it's being ready at a moment's notice when somebody went down, man, that's really awesome. And I appreciate all your dedication, all your hard work, all the things that you put into it, man. I really appreciate you. And that same impact that you have will take you far in life. And I really appreciate you, what you've done for the program. Thank you. Heath Evans, man. Heath, man, your energy, your versatility, the way that you went about your business, how you played the game, just, man, what a testament to what type of person that you are. Being able to jump in and become a starter versus Newman Smith playoff, first round of the playoffs, man, that's remarkable. The energy and the effort that you've always put through, man, if we could mold and mirror what a Wolverine embodies, man, that would be it. So I sure do appreciate all your time, your work, your effort, and the dedication to the team. Thank you. Tristan Lawyer, T-Law, man, what a amount of time that it's been, dude. The resiliency that you showed this year with trying to play through injury and then sustaining an injury and then battling your way back and then, switching over and playing a different role, man, that's the ultimate sacrifice. That's the ultimate, dedication to the team. That truly embodies a we over me. The impact that you've made once you came back within our playoff run, how hard that you played, and it's truly going to be missed, man. And I really appreciate you. I wish you well, and thank you for all your time and your effort to getting your body ready to play. And I hope your recovery and your time at Tulsa goes well. Thank you.